Okay, so good morning. So we are going to continue with what we started yesterday. Yesterday we gave an introduction to WordPress and what the web application is all about. Then we installed our website using Astra theme. Now, today what we are going to start with is how to customize the theme. We use one of the templates. So that Astra as a theme, it has templates that are embedded in the Astra theme, and we installed the Astra plugin, Spectra plugin, that we use to, import those themes from Astra. So today, first, we are going to look at Astra, how to customize our theme. We have had our website, which is this one here. Sorry, I'm having a... So we have our website here. So it's loading. I don't know if the network is quite fortunate today. Oh, it's slow. Okay, so we have our Astra theme and we're going to customize. So when you want to customize the Astra theme, just come here, sidebar, click on the theme and customize. Some of the themes actually they do not have it here, so you have to come to appearance and customize. So either of them you choose. Some of the themes do not have their widgets in the sidebar, so you have to come to appearance, then customize. Astra has its own widget here, so just come here, Astra, customize. I'll take us to, let me do that in a new tab. So since the network is quite bad today, you can still refer to that tab. So this was the website we designed yesterday. So there are some basic things I would like to do to this website. You can just see briefly, maybe have to change the logo. We could just look at the things that the Astra team can customize for us. Then we'll move, if we still have time, we'll move to Elementor, how to use Elementor to edit it also, which is the page builder we installed yesterday using from our plugin repository. So this is the theme, and this is where we edit it. This is where we edit the theme. Okay, so we have a number of options here, and we can see they are advertising their pro version of the theme. Astra has a pro version, and with that you can get more customizations because we have limited customizations here also. That's why we use Elementor. So we can go to global. We can look at the global customization, which is the first one here, the global settings. When we come here, we have number of settings here. We have typography, you have colors, you have container, you have buttons, scroll to top. We'll talk about that. Accessibility, block editor, and miscellaneous. Then we'll go to typography. Typography, we have, as you have seen before, when we were importing the theme, we saw that we could choose different fonts, which is the font family, the text fonts. We can choose different ones. So here also we can also edit it. Maybe we found out what we choose was not what the one that we actually wanted to use. So we can edit it here. You can change it here, or you can impute your own fonts. Because these ones are already, pre-built. Custom fonts that are already there. You can choose them. They're already pre-built. But now you can also choose your fonts from scratch. For example, we come to this body font. Sorry, it's loading. I don't know what's wrong with the network updates. So here now you can choose the font family. So if, for example, I have to change it to Poppins, and that's the body font, so I can change it to Poppins, which is a Google font, and everything will be updated. So you can do a number of things with the typography section. You can change the body font. If you want to set your own customized fonts, you can also upload them to WordPress using Elementor. I think that's the pro version. And then you have a heading font, which are your headings. This one's here. Your body fonts are all this you have here. You can still come specifically change the heading font, each of the heading fonts, and set them to their own specific font size and weight. You can play with that. That's basically what we have in the font But if maybe you have played with it and you said that what you did was not, you wanted to go back, refer back to the original form, you just come here and click on this icon here that I'm hovering over. Just click on it and to reset it to what it was. So we'll go back. That's typography. And I hope there's no question there. If let me look at the screen if there is any comments. Okay. So if there's any question, you can always use the chat and follow up with us. The guy that is on in his video, please, Abdul-Wakil, you can switch off your camera. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Switched off. Yes, can hear you.
Okay. Please switch your camera off and your microphone.
Oh, problem.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll come to colors. You have some settings here that we can edit in the color section. You also have some pre-built styles. You have style 1, style 2, style 3. You have all the colors we are using here. You can still change each of these colors. If I choose style 2 now, you see the whole website will change accordingly. And it will be set to this style. If I choose this, likewise this. But if I say, okay, maybe I've chosen this style, but I don't like this blue color. I want to change it to maybe, let's see, I'll just click on it. You can see all the colors here. All the colors that are in this style, they are all listed here. So you click on it and you can play with the colors. You can choose the color here using this bar. And then you can play with the opacity with this. You can use this to play with the opacity. So if I, for example, I want to change it to something of this nature. So I can play with it and I can change the colors depending on what you are looking for and what fits your requirements or the type of website you are designing. So that still boils down to being a designer, because a good web developer or a good WordPress developer should also be a designer. Except you want to have a designer design the work first before you come to WordPress to implement it. You can still change each of the colors and assign them to some specific parts of the theme, like the accent colors, because you have 3 main colors: the primary, the secondary, and the accent colors. So you can play with the accent color. You can also play with the links. The link color, normal link color is this, and when it is hovered over, then it turns to this. For example, let's look at the link, which is this button, for example. You can see that the text of this button code, when I was not hovering over it, it was white. When I hovered over it, and it's turned to the brown color we have here. So heading, you can also set your heading colors, your body font colors, everything you can set, even the borders, the border of your website. You can set the colors that your border is going to have. You can also set a surface color like the background, and also the container background, content background, which is a container background. So we'll just, this all is a pre-built, and I think they are fine for the website we are designing. This is okay. Let me use this former one. I think it's better. Yeah, like this color. Okay, so we can go back. That's all about the color, and you can also take it back to how it was. I've already reverted. You can, when you come here, you see the button here. You can take it back to how it was after playing with it. So we'll go to container. These are the global settings. How do I want my container to be like? Do I want it to be, this is the normal settings, where it has some padding, the left and the right hand side, but the pad is not that large, it's just normal padding. Then we have the narrow, where it's just this in the center, and it has a large gap between the edge and the content, which is the padding. This one is covering every full width, it's covering everything. So I will leave it in normal. It's okay for me. It's okay for what I want to do. We still have container style, whether it's unboxed or boxed. So if we change it to unboxed, so how the website look like? I'll leave it in boxed. It does not have much effect. So I have the container width. What's the largest you want to have? What's the width of the container? Because now I'm using a boxed container, meaning that it's not responsive. What I mean by responsive, even though the screen is very large, it has the maximum width to get to it, not expand more than that. That's a box container. So for example, now we have it set to the maximum, which is because we are on the laptop now. On the laptop, we have it set to 1200. So no matter how big the screen is, that is that this website will get to. So 1200. It will never get to more. It will not be wider than that. While the narrow container width, which is this, if you set it to this, how wide do you want it to stay? How wide do you want the website to be when we set it to this narrow container? As we set here 750. You can also play with this. We can change it to 1400. But since my screen is not bigger than that, it will still retain its normal width. The width, it will still retain the way it was before, because my screen is not that large. So if you had a large screen like a TV, for example, it would expand accordingly. So we still have some options here, which are what upgraded options. And that's all for container. Let me check if there is any question. Okay. No question here. Okay. Next one we'll look at. The next one we'll look at is sorry, I've looked at the container. It's the buttons. We'll look at the buttons. So the buttons here you can see now we have different types of buttons here that are presets. We have some presets here for buttons. We have the one that had the border, the corner radius is 0. What's wrong with my mouse? The corner radius is 0 here. And we have this one that had tiny corner radius. I think that's 2 or 4. And this one is what? It has full corner radius, which is 90 px. This one is outline button. These are all outline buttons. These are filled buttons. So I can change it to this. I can change our button to this style. You see, just taking this style. And I can also change it to this one, which is the rounded style. But this is not updated yet. So I publish. Let's publish it and see. This is not clicking. I don't know what the problem is. It's supposed to. Okay. I don't know. Maybe there's a bug somewhere. So it's not taking the format. Maybe there's a bug somewhere. It's supposed to take the rounded button format, and that's how it's supposed to be. You can also play with the padding. You can set your own padding here. You have already set it, you think it's not matching with what you need. The padding is just the space between this text element till the end of the button. Whether it be the side padding or the up or bottom padding. So we have all these paddings. We have the top, bottom, the left side, and the right side padding. So these are all set, and I think this is cool for me. You can set the border width. There's no border width now. If I set it to 1, it's not showing because maybe the color is taking the same color as this background. So the border is just as it says, the border of the button. Then we have border radius. So here it's set to 30, and it's not reflecting. Actually, it's not reflecting. It's supposed to have reflected because this 30 and 30 should be fully round. I don't know. Maybe that's a bug somewhere in the theme. It's supposed to have been a rounded button. So we can also come here and set the secondary button because we have the primary button and the secondary button. When we come here, we'll choose our secondary button to be this. Example, take this back. The same settings we have here, not to waste our time. The same settings we have here as the primary button, secondary button, they're all the same settings. So you can see the secondary, our primary button is button as this. Our secondary button is these buttons, which is the opposite of the primary. This one is filled. So our primary button, and this button is not filled. Our secondary button, we set it to be what? To be outline. So we have primary button and secondary button. Sometimes we also have some tertiary buttons, like when we have links. These are also buttons, but they are tertiary. I'll call them accent buttons. That's if I don't know if there's any. Let me look at the chat. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's quickly move to the next settings there. The buttons. Oh, sorry, I've talked about that. Scroll to top. Okay, so we can add scroll to top to this with one of the cool widgets. So when we add scroll to top, where do you want it to appear? Only mobile or desktop and mobile? Desktop and mobile, that's fine. What's the position, left or right? Right, we'll leave it there. The icon size, let me choose 24. That's the design requirement by Google. So 24 px. Where's the icon? I'm not seeing the icon, maybe the color. So we can change the color here. Icon color, when you are not hovering, normal color, let's choose this. Okay, you see now it's now visible. And when you're hovering over, let's choose white. I'll set the background to be the opposite. So white when you're not hovering over, and it becomes this when you're hovering over. So you can see, have a cool effect here. Now I want to set this to be rounded. So the corner radius, I'll set it to 30. Sorry, I want everything to change at once to be the same, to have the same corner radius. So I will click on this connection button. You can see the link button, you click on it and everything is now linked. So if I change this, everything will change accordingly. So 30, everything takes 30 instead of setting each one after the other. So we have our scroll to top. So with this now, when we click on this, it will take us to the top of the page again. That's a very cool thing to have in our website. By the website, they have a lot of pages and content. So that's scroll to top. Accessibility, set your site accessibility. These are things that have to do with the guys that deal with accessibility. Mobile highlights, site accessibility is set. I think this is okay. This is okay for us. It's like we don't even need to play with this. It's okay for us. Let's come to block editor. These are things that you don't really need to play with them. What you have set is already okay. For this, the global settings, it's already okay. Enable smooth scroll to ID. Just leave that because we're not using ID. That's when you're using code. For example, now we'll not talk about that because that's Elementor. I'm using ID and all that. So this also, we're not going to deal with that. Let's just leave the settings. So that's the global settings we are going to talk about. I don't know if there's any question so far about the global settings. Else we'll move to header and look at the header builder, which is this, how to build this header, how customize it. So let's move to that. So we can customize the header we're using is the transparent header. So we can customize it. You can customize our header. You can see everything here. So this, what's this? Okay. I don't know if the call will. Hello, can you guys hear me? I'm having a pop-up here saying systems are responding. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you. So the header builder. So we have 3 columns here. We have the top one, which is empty. We have the middle one, and we have the bottom column. So when we have this one, for example, now this is the bottom column. You can see the contents here. have the button, you have the primary menu, which is this. And this middle one, since the top one is empty, so it's not visible. The middle one, you have what's the logo, the HTML one, which is this, just an HTML, and you just put the text there using your paragraph tag. So you have your social icons and your social media links. So we can change this. Sorry, we can change this, and we can also import buttons and widgets from this sidebar. For example, we have already added this, so there's nothing to add here. Site logo. We can change the logo to the logo we are using for the website. So you can change this. Different logo for different internet devices. I don't want to use different logo. What this means is that, for example, you want to have different logo for your the desktop side, the desktop website, and the mobile and the tab. And we'll deal with those three because you can see these options here. This, all what you're editing now is the desktop, and whatever we are doing in the desktop is global. It means that what it will also be inherited by the tab and also be inherited by the mobile. So whenever we are done with the desktop, we'll check the tab. If there's anything that is not suitable to our requirements, then we can edit it. Anything we are editing in the tab is also effective in the mobile. When we check the mobile and nothing is what? Everything is fine, we can leave it like that. If we see that we still need to edit it, then we can edit it in the mobile before publishing. The mobile does not affect the tab and does not affect the desktop. Desktop affects everything except what is set specifically. Maybe, for example, I've already set the mobile version. Everything is set specifically for the mobile. Even though I tamper with the desktop, nothing will change in the mobile because now I've already set specific settings in the mobile. But if it's still using the general settings, always follow the what desktop settings. Okay, so we have we're talking about the logo. You can change the logo to input your own logo. Just click on change logo. Click on this and you import the logo from your gallery. So if you are importing, I don't know if I can see any logo here. Let's use this, for example. That's imported. Take this in, crop it. So you can also use the required size. You can go to Canva and design the required size here. Logo width 1115 px. So we can also increase the width here if you want it to be larger than that. That's clear for me. Let me reset this. Oh no. Why is it taking this form? I don't know, but that's okay for me. Let me take it back. This is okay for me. So I can change the site title. What is the name of our website? And it's what's going to be visible. Okay, let me show you something. It's what's going to be visible here. Site title is what's going to be visible at this point here. So you can see now Al-ibiewī, and then my site tag follows because this is our website. Okay. So okay, over here. Now you can change your tagline, which is what is following the site title. You have Al-ibiewī and your knowledge meets opportunity. You have a site line visibility. Where do you want it to be visible? Only I want it to be visible everywhere. So all that's okay for me. Site icon, so you can change your site icon. Site icon is what is showing here. You can see now what is here is WordPress logo. But I can change it to my own logo. So the site icon is different from the logo we used here. You can also set it to be the same thing. Sorry, I don't know. This is not visible. Let me publish it and say maybe it's a glitch. Sorry, it's supposed to have shown the site title. It's not still showing as it was. So we are running out of time. We have 9 minutes left. So let's quickly refresh this. Okay, I'll still open our Elementor. I'll go to the pages, and we look at the page. Okay, you can also check the other options in the header builder. You can add headers, you can remove headers. We'll also move straight to the blog because we have limited time. I want just to quickly finish up with this. You can see the single post. How do you want a single post in your blog to look like? You can define that. You want it, you can also look at the containers, the layout of the containers, the sidebar. I don't want a sidebar. That's okay. Enable related posts. Yes, I want this be visible related post. You can set the number of related posts that will be visible in your blog. So let me say 3. Okay. The grid layout. How do you want them to be arranged in grid format? Do you want two side by side, then other 2 side by side, and they will fall below each other? I want it to be 3 arranged side by side. So that's for that. That's a single post. That's our blog. Our page also, you can also do the same thing to our page. How do you want the sidebar? How do you want the container to be? I will leave it as it was. That's okay. Everything here is just okay. They are just simple things you can check out. Sidebar, we're not using a sidebar. Footer builder, the same thing as the header builder, just being I'm just running up everything, summarizing everything. The same thing as the header builder we had here. The same settings applies here. Site identity, we've already dealt with it, which is the site icon and our site logo and the settings and tagline. So we have our menus here. Maybe for example, if you want to add something to a menu, you can go here, you can come to this place and build a menu. Although we have already talked about menus here from WordPress. When you come to your appearance, where's it? Appearance. Then you go to menus, you build a menu here. But you can also do it here. You can check that out. Widgets, when I'm using this. Home page settings. Let's look at this. This is our home page. So home page settings. I want it to be a static page, and I've already chosen it as home. Our home page to be home. Our post page, there's no post page here because I have not created any blog. What I can add a new page and name it blog. For example, our post page is our blog page. Where do you want our blogs to go to? What's the page name? So I've added that. So our post page. You can also add additional CSS. Maybe you want a developer, small code, and you want to add it here. You can add it to properly to further customize your website. So that's all we have for the theme and how to use it to edit our site. And I think if there's any question or anything that was not clear, we can quickly go over it. Else we move towards Elementor, seeing just basic things about Elementor. Because we cannot cover everything. Just look at the basic things about Elementor. I'm just going to edit the home page with Elementor. Okay, so when you come here, since you have chosen Elementor as our builder, when we're importing this template, we'll just click on this. I want to open it in a new tab. So I'll click on this. I'm done with this. So if I refresh, so Elementor is loading. It's loading. I think while we wait for Elementor, let's just look at what you have built. Because the network today is not, I even noticed it before starting the class. So Elementor I introduced that AI, I don't know. There's no way to exit to click to remove this when we enter. So we just have to refresh it in case you are facing the same problem. It's not a must to use the AI. So when you log in, you can try the AI with your premium plan. When you refresh it, that will automatically be removed. Come back here, we have our site. So this is what you have built so far without typing a single line of code. And This is beautiful. This is beautiful. You just have to change the text and everything now to make it specific to the website you are trying or the client you are trying to build it for. And like this, you can make it what side align to make it more mature. Because this case is not looking good, so you can change the text to side to make it side aligned and left aligned actually. So you have the frequently asked questions here, which is cool. Everything is cool. It's looking beautiful, like it. Have our form, and the form is working perfectly connected to your email. You receive everything. You have our what? Our footer menu. You have our top to top, scroll to top, which we built. Everything is good. Like it. Like it. You can also view other pages. Change the buttons. You see now the buttons are visible as we the buttons, what you set the buttons to, the settings we configured it to, are all visible now. So there was a bug there. That's why it was not showing. And this has loaded in Elementor. So this Elementor, and we'll continue it in the next session. I will send the link because now we have 3 minutes. So I'll send the link for the next Zoom meeting, 30 minutes, and we can quickly wrap it all about Elementor and call it a nice day, inshallah. So thank you all for joining in. I will quit the video now and send a new link to the group. Thank you.